Hey guys, welcome to the Transplants Podcast. Stay tuned. At the end of the episode, we're going to be talking about a little Mandalorian Boba Fett poster of the Tiny Variety giveaway.
Yeah, it's a small print from Empire Strikes Back, autographed by Jeremy Bulloch. Certificate of authenticity and all that stuff is in there. And at the end of the episode, we'll tell you what to do to win that. So, let's get into it. We're back, guys. It's Ralph.
And it's Matt.
And we're here to talk about Chapter 4 of The Mandalorian.
Yeah.
Initial thoughts. Best episode so far?
Yes.
By a large margin?
Yeah.
Thanks to director, what was her name again?
Bryce Dallas Howard.
Bryce Dallas Howard.
And Jon Favreau wrote it.
And Jon Favreau wrote it. That is nice. She directed the crap out of this episode.
Yeah.
I'll let you go.
I think the direction and the visuals were the strongest part of the episode. The story was decent. It was The Mandalorian. Mm-hmm. It felt in line with The Mandalorian so far, which I find inconsistencies with and issues. But the direction, the visuals, they keep killing it, and I think it's the same director of photography that did Rogue One.
There Will Be Blood.
And There Will Be Blood.
Yeah.
Which he's been doing all the episodes. So that's pretty dope. And I think maybe it was just that this episode lent itself to better visuals.
So I think you liked episode 2, where it all took place on one planet. Mm-hmm. Everything was kind of easier to follow. Mm-hmm. Setting and mood was very established because they weren't jumping around from planet to planet.
Yep.
And I think we got that same benefit here in this episode.
Yeah, I think in such a small time frame, jumping to different locations when we only are barely connected to one person, just doesn't really. I think it does a disservice to the show. This was a good episode.
Excellent episode. I love the color, the forest, the clothing of the villagers, Gina Carano's character, her armor.
I did not like her armor.
We were watching, and there was that part you pointed out where the shoulder pad was bending, and it just looked pretty cheap.
She got it at Hollywood Party, or Halloween Spirit, or whatever it is.
Without noticing, if I hadn't noticed the bending, I thought it looked good.
Okay. The edging around it just looked plastic to me.
Yeah.
I look at that kind of stuff though, so
yeah.
All in all,
I liked it. I liked her character. She's always really warm on film. She's very likable. Acting in some parts was a little meh. But
physical acting
was great.
Yeah.
I thought the fight choreography got better. I still don't think it's great, but I'm comparing it to Daredevil set the standard in fight choreography, and it's a high bar.
Yeah, and this show does not do it well. I'm sorry. It just doesn't do it well.
It got better, so I'm hoping we see more of that.
I hope they invest in that a little more.
Yeah, I don't know who the main stunt
coordinator
is. I'll have to look that up for next time, but a little lacking there, the ATST.
Yeah.
Specifically the shot of it standing at the edge of the woods looking down at the village was
so good.
Insane.
Yes. Very, very well done. A lot of the visuals were so good. And there were quite a bit of night shots that in a lesser budget, or even in some bigger budget TV shows, not as big as this because it's a pretty big budget, but some bigger budget TV shows, the night shots can get kind of lost. When they're in the woods and stuff, you don't get the separation that you need. You don't get the silhouetting with the glow around them. This had a lot of it, and it was all the night shots were just as clear as the day shots, but it didn't feel like it was shot during the day and just graded for night.
You didn't lose the green in the forest completely, and like you were saying, you could still see the outlines of the characters as they're moving around and stuff, and It was really good.
Yeah.
And the Mandalorian was great.
Yes.
The acting was great. His voice.
Yes.
There was that one part where...
I think he's getting better.
He is... Yeah, it is getting better.
Yeah.
For sure. There was that scene where the woman in the village, her daughter comes in and asks if she could feed Baby Yoda. And he says, sure. And then she's like, can I play with him? And he says, sure. But the second time, like the first time he said sure, like it was like he was trying to be nice. He's trying to be thankful for them, you know, bringing him in, let him stay there. And then the second time he's like a little more exasperated and a little more like annoyed or whatever, but still being polite. And
it was a nice touch.
Yeah, we got to know his character a lot more, him working with Gina Carano's character.
Good, because I don't know if I talked about this last episode. I remember talking about how I felt like there was something that was keeping us from really getting a connection with the Mandalorian.
Is it small and green and cute?
I have my issues with that, but
we'll get there.
But for the Mandalorian, I think it's really like, as much as I love the stoic, mysterious character and like the say less is more, don't show his face, all that kind of stuff, stay in the shadows. I think as a lead, it's not helping it, because hang on, just let me say this, because I'm with you. I'm just thinking as like, I'm taking myself out of my own need for what I like, for my own, palate. But if I'm just a regular audience member, I think the biggest thing that would keep me from connecting with him is not actually connecting with the character. And that happens through expression, through emotion, through the eyes a lot.
Do you like Darth Vader, Matt?
Well, we don't need to connect with him on a level like a lead for a TV show. A lead for a TV show is different. Not that I want to see his face. And not that I don't like what they've done. I'm just saying I think we're missing an element that in other TV shows we need.
I'm listening.
Let's take who's a mysterious quiet character in a TV show.
Meowth from Pokemon, like that?
No. Help me out here.
A quiet character?
Like a quiet, brooding, mysterious, doesn't talk much kind of character.
Oh, who, it was in the 80s. What was his name? Boba Fett? Was that his name?
In a TV show, Ralph.
In The Empire Strikes Back?
I'm leading a TV
really
show.
Dark and brooding and never took his helmet off, and we love him.
Let me make a case.
Geralt from The Witcher.
let me
Who Matt also hates.
Let me make a case here.
I get what you mean. Like Aragorn. Early Lord of the Rings, quiet brooding.
Yes, but the thing is, in a long running TV show, like
I'm sorry, I keep naming not TV shows.
8 episodes, you do need to get a connection that we're not getting with the Mandalorian. And here's the thing. If you're a filmmaker and you know that that's your task to make us connect, do something else to make us connect. Like, it's your job, if you know that he can't remove his helmet.
Yes.
And you know that he has to stay mysterious and in the shadows and not talk much. It's your job to do something else to supplement it.
So what I think Baby Yoda, despite my issues with him, is their attempt at that.
I know, and it's a bad one.
Baby Yoda is the heart of the Mandalorian for us. Mm-hmm. And I'm warming up to that. I thought it distracted previously from connecting to the Mandalorian because everyone's obsessed with Baby Yoda. This episode, he was a plot piece versus a main character like he's felt in the last
That felt better.
It felt better. I think his voice is great.
Yep.
And even though there's the helmet effect, there's
Yep.
clarity.
Yep.
He does a great job of emoting through his
does.
tone and stuff like that. And I think that those things are making me connect with him despite the helmet.
Let me throw this at you.
Okay.
I think that the Monster of the Week formula, like each episode is different planet, different scenario, different bad, different mission, no connective tissue except maybe at the beginning or the end of the episode, dissolves all that. Because if he had a crew, you could see a dynamic between like comrades and see how he works with other people. You get to know how those other people deal with him, how they respond to him. The fact that he's on a solo mission doesn't do it justice because there's no reference.
Well, that's why they brought Gina in. And
then left her.
What was the I have spoken guy? We had IG88 episode 1. We had I have
But you
spoken.
see, that's not enough because these people are meeting him at the beginning and leaving at the end. You're not getting like a repeated growing of relationships,
and a dynamic and character development.
There's nothing like concrete. Everything is just rinse, recycle, rinse, recycle.
It's a little cyclical for sure.
But I think its biggest flaw is that it's keeping us from connecting with him the way that we could.
I feel connected though. Then why do I feel so connected, Matt?
I'll be honest with you. Every episode so far, even this one, this one way less.
Okay.
But every episode so far, there's been a glass window between me and the screen.
Okay.
Like, I get bored easy, I get distracted easy, I'm on my phone, I'm not caring. And a lot has to do with the fact that I don't give any about this Mandalorian. Mainly because he's not Boba Fett. And then also the fact that I have no relationship with him.
Yeah. I disagree. This episode, I stopped thinking about the fact that he wasn't Boba Fett. I was into how he tackled this issue. I was into how he dealt with other people. I feel like his conversations with Carano's character and
do you realize we're 4 episodes in?
Yes, and
halfway through the season.
I'll get there. And him talking to the woman in the village and kind of seeing like, does he have hopes and dreams? Does he want to leave this life? Is he doing it out of duty to the Mandalorians for taking him in?
All questions.
Is he a Mandalorian child, or is he just an orphan that was brought into the clan? That posed an interesting question to kind of the overarching storyline that we've got with that, because we've got the Mandalorian overarching storyline with the clan of the Mandalorians. We've got the overarching storyline with Baby Yoda, and then we have him, and I felt like we got more of him and the Mandalorians. Baby Yoda was used well as like, a complication, something he's trying to protect. I was into it. This is the best I felt about the series.
I don't disagree about this episode.
Okay.
I don't disagree.
Okay.
I feel more connected to the character in this episode than I have the entire season.
Okay.
But that's a baby step. For a 4th episode. This is
Yoda step?
This is halfway through the season. Did you realize that? We're halfway through the season.
What did we look up? 9 episodes?
8.
8 episodes.
8.
Alright, so that's a bummer.
Not only a bummer, they didn't do their job.
I was in such a good mood until you brought that up. We are halfway through the season.
And we've got nothing. He's got no crew. He has no relationship with people. Like, he has no... And look, fine, bounty hunter, I get it. Like, lone wolf kind of deal. Cool. But we don't see his face. And if you don't see his face, you have to give us something that plays a proxy to us.
I do agree that the episodes are still short. It does feel like it's taken a while to get the ball rolling, and it's hard to see how they're going to be able to wrap these things up well. And then how long do we wait until season 2?
I don't know.
All right,
I have a list of...
All right, now I'm mad again.
I'm going to go into Matt's nitpick session, okay? So...
Isn't that what we call every video?
Yes. Yoda should be puppet/CG.
Not
Baby Yoda.
robot/CG?
Not robot/robot. He's a toy from Toys R Us, is what he is right now. Like, some nuances. Just go with me.
But he drinks soup now.
So when he blinks like this. Right? But when a person blinks, it's like a microsecond. And typically your blinking is like off rhythm. It's not like
He's
symmetrical.
not a person, he's a
robot.
Whatever Yoda and Yaddle and him.
He's a Yobot. So
cats blink slow.
If-
and it makes them cute.
Well, it looks like a robot blinking, like a toy.
Yeah.
If they took CG and just animated it a little bit, and animated his expression, dude, the CG today is so good they can enhance robots.
And you know what? To that point, it was weird when the daughter fed him the mushroom, and you hear the chewing sound, but they have to cut away and show him from behind for him to chew because they can't show him chewing. And I was like just show him chewing.
But they can't because it looks awful. He just looks awful. It looks like Yoda's playing with a toy. I mean, I almost said Boba Fett. Looks like the Mandalorian's playing with a toy that he's carrying around the galaxy, and everyone is just like pretending with him. He went to Toys R Us of the galaxy.
Yeah.
So if they enhanced it with CG, it could look a lot better.
Yeah, that's fair.
You know? So that's just one thing. I have a question. When Gina Carano got the jump on the Mandalorian, why did it hurt her hand so bad to punch that hut that's made out of basically straw and wood? But she nailed him like 80 times in the helmet.
Yeah, there's an issue there.
Yep.
There's an issue.
Yep. Also, he sucks with the flamethrower.
Yeah, he never gets that thing up in time. Practice.
And you know, this is the second time his wrist has been squished by a foot, and he shoots the flamethrower sideways while his foot's being pinned while his arm's being pinned to the ground.
Yeah.
He's bad at it.
Yeah.
And my niece could point and shoot better than that. He looked at his arm and shot this direction and thought he could swing it around and aim it at her while it's going. Like she's going to see a flame and say, "Oh, I'm not going to stop that," before it gets to her. Come on.
Yeah, the choreography does still leave.
I thought something that was really funny was the fact that the love interest, if we want to call her that, she goes, "We don't get a lot of visitors around here. We're not used to strangers." How many times have you heard that in a Western?
Yeah.
All of them.
All of them.
All of them.
Yeah, for sure.
I thought that was a nice touch.
Oh,
and
okay.
Kind of hilarious.
Oh.
You thought
There
I was
we
going
go.
a different direction
I did.
Also, when he's talking to her and she's asking him about the helmet, and then he's like, I don't take it off. This is the way.
Yeah.
Did that not feel a little like culty? Like you're so brainwashed.
Did it seem less culty when there wasn't a bunch of people dressed exactly the same repeating it in unison?
But I feel like that's more appropriate.
Last week, but not this week.
I feel like that's more appropriate because if in real life he was standing there with her, he'd be like, "Yeah, it's kind of the way. It's kind of how we do it." But no, this is the way. This is the way.
This is the way.
I have spoken.
I have spoken. All right.
So, Let's see here. Oh yeah. So when she gives him the food, and he tells her that he doesn't take off his helmet or anything, he puts the food on the windowsill and looks out at the kids playing.
Yeah,
and
20 feet away. They're all like 15 feet away in a bright day in the middle of the afternoon. I was like, they can see you from there. Like, what are you doing? Like, what?
Yup.
If someone sees me, I can never put it on again. I'm going to sit right in front of this window, though. Like, come on.
Yeah. So those are just some little nitpicks.
Yeah.
Also, Gina is basically a low-budget Xena the Warrior Princess in this episode.
No, I like her.
Fair.
I'm a MMA guy though, so I liked her before and stuff like that. I'm a fan of her.
Great physicality. She could fight.
Absolutely. Yeah. Great personality.
And personality.
Yeah. Yeah. Some of the acting during the stressful parts was kind of like some of the voice inflections. I was like,
yeah,
maybe I guess. All right, whatever. It
wasn't bad. Just hope that they bump up the ante for the Mandalorian. I want to see him on Punisher level brutal. Maybe not, killing people the way that the Punisher does, but just like.
And there are inconsistencies where, when he's looking at the ground and the footprints disappear, I immediately started yelling, "Look up!"
Right.
Whenever footprints disappear, they're up there. She didn't go into the ground, so she's up there. I know. But again, I'm always comparing, TV, I'm always going to compare action TV, fantasy, sci-fi, whatever,
Daredevil.
even drama. I'm always going to compare it to Daredevil.
Yeah.
And Daredevil nailed these things.
And there's such a low budget.
So perfectly well. Yeah, not as big a budget. And like you've said with the soundtrack, this is Disney.
Yeah.
You have a high bar. Mm-hmm. This is your first original series that you're leading your streaming channel with. We should be getting your best.
And I think they only did 2 Star Wars The Animated Series transitions this week. So I was happy about that. A little less. Yeah. Less is more. Probably none is a lot more, though.
You don't like those?
I mean, they're hokey.
Great shots.
But it takes away the amazing shots.
Yeah.
It takes away from it. Sorry.
All that aside, comparing it to Daredevil and whatever, setting a high bar, Disney should be leading with their best. I think they're getting there, which makes me happy.
Yeah.
But as you've said, we're mid-season now.
Yeah.
And it's we should be further along than this.
I'm not going to have...
It's almost like, did they not have faith in the series?
No, I think they had a different formula. I think they had a CW kind of formula for something that has such a massive... Because it feels very CW.
Season 1 of Arrow is better than this so far.
Yes. Without a doubt. Totally.
Choreography, story, relating to the character, flashbacks,
brooding.
Flash forwards, brooding character.
Check this out. I would say this.
Oh wow, here we go.
In the first episode, we don't hear him talk at all, and it's just reactions from other people. Then at the last scene of the last episode, he takes off his helmet from behind, and then he turns around, and you could see the torment on his face. Immediately have 100% more connection. And then you don't see his face for another 2 episodes or more. Still, you have that, connection now.
You know the man behind the mask. If he took it off with the other Mandalorians.
No, just by himself in isolation so you feel it more. And then still you get the sense of, mystery, brooding, behind the curtain, but you're there. You're almost on his team more than anyone else is.
Are we building up to something more impactful, where when his helmet does come off, it's a bigger plot point?
I think it's gonna be a lot less of a strong reveal than if it was at that point. Less effective, because I think if it was at that point, it would have carried more weight through the series.
Right.
Rather, we're following these breadcrumbs until we get to that part, and then by that point, based off of everything we've seen so far, it's probably going to be a lackluster anticlimactic reveal.
It's going to be... Yeah. It's going to be tough to wrap things up in a satisfactory way for however long we're going to have to wait for season 2.
Like, I truly do feel like if we did get that reveal at the end of the first episode, and we had that immediate connection with the eyes, and we got to see the torment or whatever it would be in his emotion, then that would have carried us through however many episodes it would be until we got to the point that we see the reveal once again. And when we see the reveal once again, then it happens in a more impactful way, where like maybe someone else sees him now, and you're like, oh my God. Now you know how they feel.
Yeah.
So there's more of an empathy there. Does that make sense?
It does.
And not only is there empathy for that character at that point, but you've been building empathy with this character all along because you know him. You've already seen his face, whereas no one else has.
Right.
You're in on a secret that no one else knows.
That sounds better. The good news is they're already shooting season 2.
The good news is they already did it, and it's what we got. So,
right, with that, yes. But if season 2 comes out quick and it doesn't feel like a wait between seasons, then maybe the slow ramp up, maybe it won't bother me so much. I don't know.
Man, if the season
you're not
ends
wrong
well,
though. You're not wrong.
If the season ends well though, like if it doesn't end well, season 2 is going to be a hard sell. I'm still going to watch it.
Right. And I think from what I've seen from everybody else online, from what I see you guys, commenting on things and other reviews, we're way more down on this than most people.
Are we really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I've seen a lot of people who are just loving everything.
Really?
Yeah, which surprised me a little bit. It's like, did we forget Daredevil?
What?
Like, I feel like there's
Mine's just too
high.
cynical?
I keep harping on Daredevil, but like we've had some really high bars for TV like this, and I feel like this definitely feels like a lower tier than a lot of those other iconic series.
Yeah, it feels like a is wearing a mask. Like something ugly is wearing something pretty.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like HBO is probably as big a budget that you can get, right? For
Sure.
TV.
Oh, sure. Especially after Game of Thrones.
For the longest time. Their formula is typically not Monster of the Week.
I kind of like that, though, but it's something I wanted...
In a short-running series.
You
gotta connect the pieces.
Yeah,
you can't just
right.
leave everything there. Like
it all comes back
now we're just gonna be at another planet hanging out with other people that have nothing to do with the main plot. And then we're gonna get to the main plot at the very end and then leave it on a cliffhanger.
It
That's
does all
not
come
even that
back
big of a
to
deal.
the fact that we've only got 4 episodes left, and that's scary.
Yeah, if your through line is only at the end and the beginning of your episodes for a short mini series,
these episodes are short.
Yeah.
If they were an hour-long episode where we had, another 20 minutes of other stuff, him on the comm link talking back to the clan at home, and like stuff like that, that's like,
more detail,
more stuff connecting everything else, then the Monster of the Week wouldn't feel so wasteful to the overall like timeline that we're dealing with here with 8 episodes.
Yeah.
I'm still happy though. This is the best it's been, and I'm excited for where it's going.
How many little blue glowing shrimps do you give it?
This episode, 7 blue shrimpy scramps.
Shrimpy scramps.
Krill.
Scraps?
They were krill. Yeah, they were krill. They're krill farmers. 7 krill
7.
from me.
Okay. I'm gonna give it a 6.
Fair.
But I want to give it a 5.5.
Then give it a 5.5.
All right, I'll give it a 5.5.
Follow your heart.
Why not?
Follow your blue krill shrimpy heart. Guys, as always, let us know down below what you think. We'll see you back here next week for episode 5.
And don't forget about the giveaway.
Don't forget about the giveaway. Yep, autographed Jeremy Bullock Boba Fett print from Empire Strikes Back. We're gonna give that away. If you are subscribed, and then the more videos you like, and the more comments you leave, not just saying like, hey, cool, awesome, like 8 times on the first video, but that's stuff we're gonna be looking for. And at the end of season 1, we're gonna give that away.
And we're a small channel, so the likelihood that you could get it. It's pretty high. It's pretty high.
Yep. So, all right. We'll see you next week.
Bye.
Later.